Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lessons of the distance learning of Al Aqsa International School. Welcome back again, and here we have our science lesson of today, which is March 30, 2020. So, my lovely students, welcome back here, and let's grab and bring out our science book and open page 218 and write the date at the top of the page as usual. Today, we are going to talk about a quest findings, which is talking about protect a habitat. Protect a habitat. Now, who is the excellent one will come here and remind us of the meaning of habitat. What is a habitat? A habitat, as we said many times, is a place where animals or plants live. So, a habitat is a place where animals or plants live. Look at these zebras, they are living here beside the water. Look at this beautiful and cute squirrel which is living inside that tree. And these fish and these plants here with that bird were are living beside the water too. So where they get water, food and shelter. The place that provide the animals with water, food and shelter and sun, we call it a habitat. So here we have different kinds of animals. We have animals that live on land and animals that live in water, because we have land habitats and we have water habitats too. So here we have a lot of different kinds of habitats. For example, we have the desert habitat. Here we have the rainforest habitat, which is like a jungle, and forest, the normal forest, savanna, and we didn't talk about this, Arctic and Antarctic habitat, and ocean. So there are a lot of different kinds of habitats like the deserts here. Look at the plants that living in that habitat. For example, the dry plants like the cactus and some animals like the snakes. So here are these animals that live in the desert habitat. Let's see the forests. There are a lot of trees and plants and a big variety of animals because there is plenty of water. So where there is a lot of water, you can see and find a lot of trees and plants and animals. Here, forests have got 4 seasons. All of you know the seasons of the year: winter, autumn, spring, and summer. In autumn, leaves turn yellow, orange, red, and brown. The weather is different in each season. So, what else here? These are some kinds of the forest animals that we can see them there or find them there. Now, this is the Arctic and Antarctic habitat where we can find a snow and icy surface all of the time. And here I want to ask my lovely student Maysoon. Maysoon, Arctic here is very close to one of the habitats that we talk. Can you tell me what is it? Yeah, such a great job. Excellent, Maysoon. Tundra. Tundra is very close habitat to the Arctic habitat because both of them they have icy surface and very cold weather. So we have different kinds of habitats which is full of different and amazing kinds of animals and plants. So let's go back to our book and write the date. So here I want to ask some of my amazing students inside the class like Ali, Anas, Ammar, Jazim, Sohaib, Yamin. Now, as all of you know, the habitat is a place where animals and plants live. Here is a big question. Why protect a local habitat? Why should we protect a habitat, teacher? What is the meaning of the word protect? Protect means to keep that habitat safe, to keep this habitat safe. So let's read and think. Think of all the land and water habitats you learned about. Think about all of these different kinds of habitat. How does a habitat support living things? How does it support them? We said every habitat should give the animals food, water, shelter, sun, and even a place to raise their babies. So, why is it important to protect a habitat? I want all of you, my lovely students, to imagine a life without these different habitats. What will happen to us? Can we have this different and amazing kinds of animals? Even plants? No, teacher, we will not have this amazing kinds of plants. There will be a very small number of plants and even more smaller number of animals, and we don't want to live like that. We want to find a lot of habitats and a lot of animals which can live around us. Now it is time to choose a habitat to protect. So my lovely students, Malak and Maysoon and Mayar and Bara and Leen and Ahmed and Anas and all of you, my lovely students, I want you to close your eyes and think about any kind of the habitats. For example, here Islam will say, teacher, I will choose the desert habitat. But Yaman will say, no, teacher, I will choose the ocean habitat. Here Fatima will come, oh, teacher, I will try to think about the tundra habitat. So, all of you close your eyes and think about these different kinds of habitat. Now, let's go down and read here. What do we have in our book? Show what you know. Share information about the habitat you choose. For example, Islam will say, teacher, I chose the desert. I can tell you the desert is a very hot habitat, as we saw earlier. Yaman will come and say, teacher, there are very few number of plants in the desert because there is not a lot of rain and there is not a lot of water. So there are just very small number of plants there. So share information about the habitat you choose. Be creative. For example, you will think, oh, if I live in a desert like Islam, what can I do to make my habitat more beautiful, full of plants? Can I bring water? So you can think in that creative way. For example, you could make a video, a poster, or a slideshow. Remember to include important features of the habitat. Explain why the habitat is important. Tell which resources. Ali, can you remind me of the meaning of resources? Yeah, excellent. Good job, Ali. A big amount of something. For example, here, teacher, we have resources of food, we have resources of water, we have resources of clothes that we have. So, identify which living things need that habitat. So, after choosing the habitat, I want you to think what are the animals that could live in that habitat. So, let's go here quickly to see the answer. Here, why should we protect a local habitat? Let's read the answer here, and you can pause the video whenever you want to repeat after me and memorize the information here. Protecting these habitats is beneficial and important to the wild animals. Beneficial means it has a lot of benefits, and important to the wild animals. Imagine here, Ammar Najdat, if I didn't take care of the habitat that I live in, where these wild animals will live? They will not find a place to live in. And plants that live in these habitats. If I didn't take care of the habitat, there will be no plants. And as you know, we are the people, we are eating the plants, we are eating vegetables, we are eating fruits. So if there is no habitats, we will not be able to eat these kinds of plants. And as a result, if we protected the habitats and the animals and the plants, and as a result for the human population too, if we protect these things, we will have a good and beautiful life full of amazing habitats, which has a lot of animals and plants. So how do we, okay, all of you now agree with me that we should protect our habitats. But how, teacher? How do we protect plants and animals? So let's answer the questions here by easily grown wood like pine. So we should grow or plant bigger trees like pine or fence around or around rare plants. What is the meaning of rare plants? Rare plants are very difficult and hard to find this kind of a plant. So it's very rare. So what should I do for it, teacher? I should protect it. I should keep it safe. Okay, how do we protect habitat of animals? The first thing that we should protect the plants first. Plant new trees to provide food. If there is food inside that habitat, the animals will come to eat. Number 3, how else can we protect plants and animals? We should make a law and ask the police to make it. Don't allow the hunters or the people to kill the animals, because imagine if we let the hunters or the people who are killing the animals to kill whenever they want, there will be no animals. All of the animals will be finished. So we should prevent the hunters or people of killing the animals. So my lovely students, now can you go to your book again and open the page of 219, career connection. What is the meaning of career? Who can tell me what is the meaning of career? For example, I will give you, I want to have a career of a doctor. A career of a doctor. So now let's see here. What is a career? It means a job. So look at these beautiful kids. Every one of them is choosing a career here. Look at this boy. He thinks of being a what is it? A firefighter. Here he wants to be an astronaut. She wants to be a doctor. She wants to be a nurse. She wants to be a pilot. So this is the meaning of career, which means a job. Today we are going to talk about a new job, which is called ecologist. Ecologist. What is the meaning of ecologist? Can all of you say after me, ecologist? Ecologist. I want you to repeat after me again and again up till you memorize and understand each word. So, who is an ecologist? Can you see the picture? There are some people who are standing beside the plants and trying to write something and studying these plants. So, an ecologist is a person who studies living things and their habitats. A person who studies living things and their habitats. So they are studying the habitats and the plants that are growing up in that habitat. So, do you now know what is the meaning of ecologist? Look at this picture. This person is an ecologist. So ecologists study the relationships between living things and their environment. Ecologists often must study and explain how human actions affect other living things and their environment. Ecologists can be teachers or research scientists. So now look at this picture and this cutie squirrel. That ecologist is studying the habits of that animal, what he is doing at summer, what the food is he eating, where is his home, and what he is doing in the that forest here. So he is an ecologist because he is studying that squirrel or that animal. So look at this picture. This person is an ecologist because he is studying about plants and animals and their environment or their habitat. So this is the meaning of ecologist. Let's go back to our lesson here and read. Ecologists study living things. Look at this ecologist here. She is studying the plant here. Study living things and their habitats. They work to protect habitats. Some ecologists travel all over the world. Why, teacher? To see the different kinds of plants and animals and habitats. Other work in a laboratory. What is the meaning of laboratory? Means their labs. So some of these ecologists will travel all over the world to see the different kinds, but some of them they will stay at their labs and work and study the different kinds of these habitats. Let's continue reading. Ecologists, like this person, want to know how living and non-living things interact. Who is the excellent one will tell me what is the meaning of living thing? Living thing, teacher. Anything that can eat food or breathe oxygen or air and live in a place. So, non-living things, it's anything like the door, the earth, a pencil, anything that cannot eat food or breathe air. So these scientists communicate their research to governments. So now he is sitting here in that forest beside the lake to study the plants and study the animals that live here. After he finished, he would write all of these information and give it to the people in the country, the government, and the other scientists. Why he is doing like that? For example, he will tell the people in the government, please tell the people who want to come here and make a trip or a picnic, stop to cut these kinds of plants because it's very important and it's very rare. We cannot find it in every place. So the government will tell the people, yeah, you should take care of this habitat. Don't throw the garbage here. You should keep it clean and safe for the other animals and plants. They suggest ways to protect different habitats. So these ecologists are helping us of taking care of the habitats and the place that we are living in. My lovely students, I want to ask you now. يامن يمان صهيب محمود محمد رفاعي ميسون ديما ميار براء لين ملاك علي أحمد أنس إسلام فاطمة. I want to ask you, would you like to be an ecologist? Teacher, I forgot. What is the meaning of ecologist? Ecologist is a person who is studying the living and non-living things with their habitat. He is studying the plants, the animals, and the habitat. So, why if you want to be an ecologist or why not? Yeah, I can hear Maysoon. She is saying, yes, teacher, I want to be an ecologist. So, Maysoon and you, my lovely students, can we write? So, what we will write? We will write, yes, a comma. Yes, I want. What do you want to do? I want to help and protect what? Where animals and plants live. So Ali, where animals and plants live, this will tell me what? It's a definition of what? Yeah, excellent. Good job. It's a definition of a habitat. So, yes, teacher, I want to be an ecologist like this person because I want to help and protect where animals and plants live. Teacher, I want to protect the habitat and the world around us. Thanks a lot for all of you, my lovely students. It was my pleasure to explain for you this lesson. I can't wait to see you the next lesson, inshallah. Goodbye and take care, all of you, my